Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Thank you all for your kindness and your support. Okay, hope you all are doing wonderful and feeling fantastic. Before we pull any cards, I do have a download that I received and Spirit wants me to share with you. Okay. All right. Always speak and be positive in thought and memories. Your growth and knowledge that has been obtained doesn't have to be approved by people other than you. I'll read again, collective. The message is always speak and be positive in your thought and in your memories. Your growth and your knowledge that has been obtained does not have to be approved by people other than you. So this message is clearly speaking of you may be someone who has experienced some kind of changes in your life, some kind of growth, some kind of progress. This could be spiritual. This could be a religious practice. This could be the way you think, the way you eat. Maybe you're on a diet. Maybe you're having a glow up inside out. Maybe you're buying your first home. Maybe you're starting a family. This could be many things. Maybe you're an entrepreneur for the first time. Whatever this progress, happiness, or success or knowledge, you could be also someone who's studying some kind of skill, some kind of trade. Maybe you've gained new wisdom, new knowledge, and you could be very enthusiastic about it, and this knowledge that you have obtained could have you in a better space and place mentally and spiritually speaking in your life. And so because you are passionate doesn't mean that the people outside of you will have the same energy. So in this download, Spirit wanted me to share this message because there are many people who experience progress and elevation in their life. And sometimes, they become a little sad or depressed because maybe the people around them who they thought cared about them, loved them, aren't being as supportive as they expected them to. Spirit is saying that there are people who will support you and people who just won't. And to not let that diminish or minimize, your value of your self-worth of who you are. Doesn't matter, even if I didn't name whatever area in your life of progress that you are working on. Do not allow, because maybe you feel you have no one to support you. Maybe they're not clapping for you. Maybe you're taking on some kind of hobby, some kind of leisure activity. Maybe you have, I'm picking up someone who has tournaments, some kind of tournaments or games, and maybe you ask family and friends to come and they're never available. Spirit is saying, don't allow these things to minimize your value and your reasoning for you being consistent with your growth and development. Keep in mind that we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. We all have our missions to pursue, and we have our own individual lives. So just as much as you would like certain people to be interested, Spirit is saying no one is going to be more passionate than you are when it comes to your life. No one is going to want you to win collective more than you. No one is going to want you to be more successful, more wealthy, more healthy than you. A person can offer inspiration, motivation. They're, speaking from their experiences and their idea of what they would do if they were you. But keep in mind that people also have their own lives. But whomever you are, Spirit does not want you minimizing or becoming discouraged because maybe certain people who you want or you thought would show up to support you, they aren't present. And also maybe you have repetitively invited someone somewhere. I'm getting like an invite and they're always busy. Well, Spirit is saying, just allow it to be. In life, as you move forward, when people show you who they are, believe them, as the late great Maya Angelou would say. And that is a fact. And that is something we should stand on, not become upset or angry when people show you who they are, but simply appreciate the honesty of what they are presenting to you. There's no need, Spirit is saying, for you to become upset with yourself, for you to become discouraged, for you to throw in a towel and say, oh, this ain't for me, I'm giving up. No, it is for you. It's just that the path or the journey that you are on is for you and you only. That's why we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. You got to know that you are special, okay? You have to know that you are special, okay? And so don't allow other people not applauding to you to make you want to give up, you know. Continue to keep that passionate, give you passionate, yeah. Continue to be passionate, you know. Continue and give yourself grace, you know. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everyone has different stories, different backgrounds. There are a lot of people who do it by themselves, who do a lot of things alone. Okay. Sometimes you have to create your own lane, you know, your own family, your own friends. And just because they're not blood related doesn't mean they can't be family. Okay. So keep that in mind. This is for some people in particular. There are some things that you're working on, and you would like certain people to be present or show that they care. Spirit does not want you spending your life in that energy, because that's just the ego, and that's that old residue, as I always talk about, wanting you to take 10 steps back because you keep walking forward, but the ego will get in the way, and that old residue of your past, you know, it's unfamiliar territory. You know, yes, this experience may be new to you. Yes, you may be the first out of the family to partake in a certain skill, trade, or hobby. Yes, you may be doing this alone. You could be a single parent. You could be someone with a disability, but you still get up and make it happen each and every day. People deal with different challenges, and we're supposed to be different and have these different experiences so that we can observe and learn from each other. The Buddha says enlightenment always needs a witness. Okay, so don't let the residue get to you, collective. You know, your ancestors want you to continue to shine and be great. Shine and be great. This card jumped out of the deck, the Three of Cups. And so never mind, you know, the people of the past who don't want to maybe gather with you in celebration. That is just notification that it's time for you to move forward. That is notification that it's time for you to move forward so you can meet new people, new opportunities, you know, gain new ideas, you know, especially when it comes to tapping into that creative space. And you also want to make way for new energy to enter your life. And so the best way this can be done is by the universe removing those people who no longer deserve to be on your timeline. This doesn't mean that they're terrible people. This doesn't mean that they're bad people. You know, everything has an expiration date, okay? Everything has an expiration date. Now, anything that's spoiled or molded, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't keep it in the fridge because it would be no good. So when it comes to people who crosses our path, people that we meet, whether it's for a moment, whether it's someone we don't know, a total stranger, everyone has a limit and a timing. Some will be with you for a long time and some just won't. You know, there will be people who will impact your life, collective, in many ways. A person could meet you and talk to you for 5 minutes and impact your life in a major way just with the proper jewel exchange. When I say jewel exchange, I'm talking about iron sharpening iron. I'm talking about exchanging wisdom and knowledge for the betterment of all. You know, so you know, you never know where your gold lies. Be careful with assuming that only people that know you can assist you and bless you and support you. God is so good, and we live in a plentiful universe, you know, that blessings and favors and opportunity, resources, information, the right people just to make memories with. It's not always about obtaining something tangible. Sometimes it's just time. You want someone you can make memories with, spend time with. Well, those right people can be placed in your path, but you have to allow it. And you allow it by surrendering what no longer serve you. Those who choose not to show up to your invites, let it be. We have to get out of the habit of feeling like we have to call someone and text them and tell them off and find out why. No, they showed you how they feel. They're showing you who they are. You just need to believe them and keep on moving on and being strong. Okay. We are all here to learn and grow. Okay. So don't be mistaken, okay? You matter, everyone matters, but everyone has their own purpose at the same time. We have the Queen of Swords here, honest, truthful, frank, positive, independent, okay? Good communicator. So you could be someone who's a good communicator. You could have Aquarius in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement, but you could be a good communicator. Maybe you're a teacher, a life coach, okay? A leader. You could be someone who's a supervisor as well. Maybe you work in management on your job, at your job. I'm hearing something about a line leader. Someone works in a factory. Yeah, but either way, make sure you continue to show up for yourself and don't be so focused on who's supporting you and who isn't. Okay, you want to make sure you're maintaining your balance and stability. Nobody's going to want you to be more successful and happy than you. And no, we often fantasize, doesn't matter what your zodiac is, we often fantasize about things that we desire, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you manifest. People we want to experience, things we want to experience, places we want to travel, the extra 20, 30 pounds we're going to drop. And we fantasize about these things, and we have it in our head that, we're going to be with so and so, and life is going to be this and that and that. And then spirit shows up and intervene and shows you a different way to move about. It doesn't mean for you to get off track. It doesn't mean for you to give up. It means for you to pivot and trust the process, that things are going to work out just fine and be balanced out and worked out just fine for your highest good. So spirit is saying with this balance card here, trying to force someone to be present with you and they're showing you they're not interested could be very risky. So be careful with that, collective. It could be very risky. Okay. Balance, again, justice. You could have Libra, Sun, Moon, rising, any placement in your birth chart. Balance, again, this is about balance, maintaining your stability, but giving yourself justice, in this timeline, in this lifeline now, making sure that you're maintaining your balance, but also gathering with the right people, places, and things. And also having the opportunity to gather with a different caliber of people, spirit is saying. Something different from what you have been experiencing. So if what you were experiencing previously, especially people whom show that they're not interested, of course you would want to leave opportunity and space for something new to arrive in your life. Of course you would want to let it be and not try to force. With this purple here, there's some kind of download with the yeah, with this purple here. There could be some kind of download or some kind of message, that your ancestors or your spirit team could be trying to give to you regarding your feelings and your emotions about your life, collective. And everyone's life is different, so put it where it resonates. This could be in your awakened state or your dream state. This could be in a tarot read, such as what you're listening to now. It's confirmation that you are here. There are no coincidences. But even in your dream state, as you're astral traveling, you could be receiving information, and maybe the dream is kind of upside down. It's kind of topsy-turvy, and it kind of makes make sure you get a dream journal. You're writing these things down. Go back a day or two and reflect. Maybe you'll find answers that you are looking for. That's for someone in particular there, but your spirit team is trying to message you, give you some kind of message regarding your feelings and your emotions. They don't want you to give up on yourself, and they want you to know that we all are here to learn and grow. And give yourself grace, whomever you are. Okay, nobody is perfect. None of us are. Never mind comparing yourself. I think the social media thing is a blessing, and also sometimes it's a lesson, because people often look at social media, not just social media, in real life. They compare themselves, without even knowing, consciously and unconsciously, comparing themselves to other people, comparing their lifestyles, what they look like, what they have, where they are. And if we all are, if you, hold on, let me say it right. If you understand that we're all uniquely, individually, divinely created, you know that no two humans are alike. You know that nothing is the same about us. So you know better than to compare yourself. And if something has not turned out the way you thought it would, it just means that it is really a better plan for you. Keep in mind and don't forget, energy is real. Okay. The ancestors are a real thing. Yeah, they're a real thing. And I said it, and they can see in spaces and places that we can't. Okay. Our spirit team, the Most High, praise to the Most High, can see in spaces and places that we can't. And so even when things, you feel like you've been enduring something that could be stressful, this could be a relationship, a living situation, a job, anything, it's about you standing 10 toes down and not giving up, being brave, being bold, and just being yourself all the way through. That's how you see yourself on the other end. With the King of Cups here, we have mature, compassionate, okay, caring, okay, mature, compassionate male figure, friendly and empathetic. So collective, forgiving, diplomatic, and balanced again. Okay, so there could be some kind of romantic energy entering someone's life, someone who is very powerful, spirit is saying. So this person could be well respected as a leader, or they could be connected to some kind of organization. This could be their job or some kind of social group, but this person is well respected in their own right, in their own personal life. Okay. It says emotional intelligence. And I was speaking of this entire read about you having emotional feelings regarding your current life and your current circumstances, and that your spirit team is trying to reach you with all this purple here to encourage you, collective, that you are safe and protected, and for you to trust the process. If you have to detour, if things don't pan out the way you wanted them to pan out, to trust the process. Okay. So, yes, there's a message trying to come through, and purple represents royalty as well. But, there's some kind of message and you're not receiving it. So, don't take the messages, the synchronicities for granted. It could be a word, a phrase, a sentence, a food. Okay, synchronicities come in many ways. It could be on a billboard, something you're watching on TV, social media. It could be something I said, even if it's not, your favorite food. If I said orange and before I said orange, you were thinking about an orange. Synchronicities, pay attention to the signs and the symbols. Don't disregard them, because they're sending you love and encouragement, because someone is dealing with some emotions regarding where they are in their life, or something that you are dealing with. Okay, this could be at work, relationship, many things, and it's making you very emotional. And they want you to know with the green here to make sure you're staying balanced and keep that heart chakra open, so new opportunity can arrive in your life, whether this is new family, friends, okay, or a lover, as I just stated. Okay, new love coming into your life. So remain optimistic, collective, about your present as well as your future. Later.